Hello everybody, my name is Daniel and I am testing out this game called VR Fishing. It seems pretty fun. If you can tell, the graphics aren't its main draw, but it has a lot of good stuff going for it that I like. For example, I can go to a store and buy stuff, and then the camera angles are a little different. Um, the game doesn't have a lot of stuff that I can do on the demo. It gives me 4 hours of uh, testing it or whatever. Oh, did I miss that bite? What the fuck? There it is. Yeah, so when I first started playing, I've only been playing for maybe like 30 minutes or an hour. Oh, the fish line. Oh my god. So as you can see, my fish line broke because I didn't mess with my drag because I only have 6 pound test. And what happened is that I have to go and I have to buy lures, right? So I didn't buy multiples of that one color, so now I have to change my lures. Um, and because I freaking had my drag really high up. Alright, got another fish though. So the way this game works is that you have in-game money. That's a big old fish over there I just saw. You have in-game money, and sometimes you catch fish that have tags. For example, right here, I caught a $300 bass. So now I have $300 in my fisherman's bank account or whatever. And the way it works is you use your in-game money. You use your in-game money to buy lures and fishing equipment. For example, I bought the fishing rod and I bought the sonar on the bottom right, and this is called the fish cam, which I ended up having to buy too, because normally you don't get that. Um, but now that I got it, I can see when the fish is gonna bite and everything. I mean, oh my god, he broke it? What the heck? My drag was not. My drag is only halfway. How did he break it? Oh well. I'm gonna have to end up going back to the shop and getting more. But this is a nice spot that I found. Like, the top water baits are just killing it right now. Um, I don't know if my mic is working. I hope it is. See, that one's 400. Ooh, baby. I think this game is really meant to be played with VR, with like a VR headset and all these other things. But I don't have it. Man, this is a hot spot. I'm just gonna kill it with these small bass then. Um, otherwise, it seems to be like a little tournament type of game where you have tournaments. There's other people in the world that are like NPCs or whatever, and you can see them moving their boats around and all this other stuff. Oh, I got snagged. I don't know how presentations work or anything, but I know that I can mess with my mouse and get these uh, little movements. I don't know if it's like match the colors, match the lure type, and you get a fish, or if it's like you gotta set a certain pattern or something. I don't know. Like I said, I've only been playing it for a small amount of time. Got him. Oh, that's a big one. He almost broke my line. 12.6 inches. Ooh, that's a nice bass. Oh, see, I don't understand how the pricing goes. I catch a little bitty bass, bass is only worth, 400. I catch a big bass. The bass is only worth 50. So like I don't know what's going on there. I don't know who sets the tags or what, but I'm guessing that when you're playing in tournament, because the whole thing behind this is that you play tournaments, right? And I guess, oh crap, oh crap, I can't, I can't catch those pike. Those pikes are just gonna break all my gear. It'll be alright. I'm gonna burn through my lures because I done made a lot of money. I'm gonna try this one now. Yeah, those pike are just gonna wreck my shit. So this one's we used to call these jitterbugs. They call them crawlers. I don't know if there's any controls. Like I said, I just downloaded the game. I got it to work. There could be a manual somewhere that I just overlooked, but in game, it doesn't seem to be anything of that nature. So normally your viewpoint is like this, uh, until you buy your camera and stuff. So my boat's apparently drifting towards the shore because I forgot to put my anchor down. So yeah, that's the thing. Let me drive around and move it. So, oh, there's a big old fish right where I was at. So, like I said, I really haven't messed with this game too much. Like, I've barely been catching my first type of fish. I've only caught I've caught a good grip of them. I ain't gonna lie. Um, I think I've caught at least like 7 or 8 now. And I'm targeting bass specifically, so because I only have a 6 pound test that they let me buy. Um, I'll go to the store here in a little bit so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now I don't know if there's more to what is being shown, but from what I can see, there seems to be a lot of stuff that you could do. You hear a boat right now? That's somebody else. You see him just pass right by me? Yeah, those are NPCs. I don't know what the heck he's doing. But I'm guessing whenever you're in a tournament, you'll be able to see where your competition is fishing and all that good stuff. And this lure is not working like the popper was. Let's go to this jig. Alright. I'll throw the jig over here and all this nasty stuff. Yeah, there's a thing called a guide on here. He basically shows you where fish should be, tells you like how they should behave, and it basically tells you what lures to use at the current time. Oh, I got fish. Saw that guy come out of the weeds. What the heck is that? A little bass? Yeah, I got a bass. Watch him be worth a lot of money. 450, I knew it. I'm already at 1,000. So up here you can do call guide, and I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for largemouth bass guide.
We'll start by having a look at the water temperature. It looks like the water temperature is in the lower 60s. That's pretty good for largemouth bass. Let's keep in mind the fact that this is super clear water. It might be challenging to catch them today. Largemouth are spawning, and that means they won't be feeding much. For the best concentrations of fish, try along the shoreline. Concentrate your efforts around surface weeds. Stick to shallow water. Fish mostly areas 5 to 10 feet deep. Match your lure to the area you'll be fishing and the activity level of the fish. Not every lure is practical for fishing around surface weeds. It wouldn't hurt to tie on a mid-sized black weedless jig. Dark colors will probably get the most hits. Work it pretty slow. You can always give me a call again and I'll be glad to help.
Yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing. I'm working the jig. It's a dark purple one. Almost exactly what the guide said to do. Earlier he told me to use some orange colored baits. But yeah, basically I'm doing what the guide says, like hang around the weeds. Is that a fish? Fish. Hang around weeds, work it kind of slow. Got another big bass. What's 250? Alright, I like it. Let's see where else I should cast. I think I'm gonna cast this way. Now he just pitches it into the brush. And then I just hold the button down. I can move the rod up and down. Cause like I said, I think this is meant for VR. So you could have more control on how you move the rod. But like I'm doing it with a mouse right now, and you can see the guy on the left going up and down as I'm jigging through the brush. I'm not going too fast, but I'm going at a set pace. I'm not moving like a little worm or anything either. I'm just hopping it around the bottom because I fish in real life and stuff, so I kind of know how to do it. But basically, what you want it to look like is like a fish that's poking at the dirt to eat worms and stuff. So basically, you let it go down, pop it up. Let it go down, pop it up. Oh, I see some bluegills. That's a big old bluegill over there. I don't think I have baits to catch bluegills though. That's a big bass. Oh my goodness, 13.4. That's the biggest bass I've caught so far. Nice. And that big bass wasn't worth any money, if you can believe that. Like, I don't know what's the logic behind it, but... And also I've noticed that there's really no way to control how far you throw it. There's no way to control how fast you reel in. Like I said, I haven't seen the guide yet. Maybe there's some buttons that I'm not pressing. But I did mess up earlier, and I couldn't get out of map view for some reason, and I had to do all kinds of stuff. But I managed to salvage it. So I just caught 2 fish, and they weren't worth anything. Now I had it where I was snagged up, but I've never been permanently snagged, so I don't know if you can get snagged and lose your lure. I wouldn't doubt it because it would make sense since you can lose your lure um, by having a fish break your line or whatever. Just weave it into here. Oh, that's a fish. Oh, that's a snack. Oh my god. What the heck did I just catch? This not this 6 pound test is not working. And I can't buy anything else because the game limits me to these lures and stuff. Man, that's a long ass cast. That was gonna be my last one, but since I broke the lure, I kind of want to see. I'm pretty sure that was probably a pike. Oh, there it. Oh, that's another one right there. Almost broke my rod again. Trying to. Oh my god. Damn, there's a big ass bass in there. Weeds. Let me turn the drag down. I'm pretty sure that was a big bass. 6 pound test though. I don't know how to unwind the string to let them go out. I'm guessing I'm just gonna turn the drag further down than usual. Yeah, I don't even think there's a way to change the controls. If there is, I haven't seen it. What the heck is going on? Oh, there's a fish that was just running away with my lure. That's a small fish. Watch him be worth a lot of money though. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit quit and I'm gonna say yes, and then I'm gonna come over here to visit bait shop. Actually, you know, there's instructions.
Welcome to PishTech's VR Sport Fishing. You've got several lakes to explore and several species of fish to catch.
Okay.
You can go on casual fishing trips in which you get to pick the lake, the time of year, and even the weather. You can also enter bass tournaments. Each tournament takes place on a specific lake at a specific time of year, but the weather is unpredictable. You start the game with just a little money, so your first stop will be a visit to the bait shop. The shop has everything you'll need, from rods and reels and lures to electronics and even new and used boats. At first, you'll only have enough money for a rod and reel and a few lures. Take your time at the lure rack. Every time you visit the bait shop, the assortment of lures will be different. There are thousands of possible combinations of styles, sizes, and colors. If you find your favorite lure in stock, it's a good idea to buy several of them. You're going to lose some lures from time to time. Once you have a rod and some lures, it's time to go fishing. Until you can afford to buy a boat, you'll be fishing from the dock on the lake of your choice. You can pick the view of your choice when you're fishing. You can change the view in the options screen or by pressing the V key. You can also zoom in and zoom out in most views using the Z and A keys. In the first-person view, you can click the right mouse button and move the mouse in any direction to look around. When you're fishing, you can click the right mouse button and move the mouse to turn to face the direction you want to cast. When you're ready to cast, click the left mouse button. If you want to close the reel and stop the cast in midair, just click again. Then hold the button down to reel line back in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
While you're retrieving, you control the rod with the mouse. Pull back on the mouse to raise the rod and pull on the lure. Use the page up and page down keys to adjust your reeling speed. You can work the lure back to you any way you like. When a fish strikes, set the hook by pulling back on the rod quickly. If the fish is small for the tackle you're using, you can often just hold down the mouse button and crank it right in. If it's a bigger fish, you'll have to fight it more carefully. Use the rod to pull the fish towards you, then reel in while lowering the rod. Your reel has a drag that will let line out when there's too much tension on the line, but it will only work when you're not cranking on the reel. If the tension gets dangerously high, let off the mouse button or lower the rod to reduce the tension.
I didn't know
You can
that.
adjust the drag setting with the plus or minus key on the number pad, or with the right shift key and the up and down arrow keys. Bring in all the line and you'll land the fish.
I didn't know that.
Break
either.
your line and you'll lose not only the fish but also your lure. It's possible to snag lures on weeds, logs, and other cover.
Also, it is
Some
possible.
lures will snag more easily than others on different types of cover. If you snag your lure, just crank on the reel or tug with the rod to try to free it. Depending on how badly it's snagged and on the strength of your line, you might pull it free or you might break your line. There are some tagged bass around the docks, and catching one is worth hundreds of dollars. Catch enough tagged bass, and you can buy your first boat. Your first boat will probably be a basic old fishing boat. It's nothing fancy, but it will get you out on the water. To drive the boat, select a view you like, and use the up arrow key to increase the throttle. You can let off the key to keep running at the throttle setting you've selected. Use the down arrow to decrease the throttle. When you're stopped, you can hold down the down or up key to shift into reverse or forward gear. Use the left and right arrow keys to steer. When you found a place you want to fish, stop the boat and click Fish. If your boat has an electric trolling motor, you can still use the arrow keys to control the boat while you're fishing. If not, you'll be drifting with the wind as you fish.
It's a nice boat.
When you're ready to move again, just click Drive.
Holy shit.
Your boat has a limited fuel supply, and if it's got an electric motor, a limited battery charge. Driving the boat with the outboard will recharge the battery somewhat. Your battery will be fully charged at the start of each tournament day or each fishing trip. You can buy fuel for the boat at the bait shop. Some boats have fuel and battery gauges on the dashboard. Others have removable gas tanks with fuel gauges on top. Use a first-person view to check the gauges. Be careful driving your boat. If you bump the bottom at low speeds, you won't hurt anything or risk getting stuck, but if you run aground or into very shallow water while moving fast, you'll run the boat aground. In a tournament, it takes 10 minutes of game time to push the boat back into the water, and those 10 minutes can make a big difference in a tournament. Once you've got a boat, it's time to start competing in bass tournaments to earn money faster. In each tournament, you'll compete with several simulated anglers, and the 3 people with the heaviest total weight will win cash in each tournament. There's extra money to be made for bringing in the heaviest single bass of each day of the tournament. When driving on the lake, pay attention to where you're going, especially during tournaments when there's a lot of boat traffic. If you hit another boat, you'll be disqualified from the tournament. In a tournament, you'll often want to use a fairly heavy rod and reel, so you don't have to spend a lot of time fighting a fish. You want to get them in the live well as quickly as you can. On the other hand, heavier tackle can't cast as far with lightweight lures, and sometimes heavy line may be too visible, and you might not get as many bites as you would with lighter line. When you're fishing just for fun, you might prefer to use lighter tackle just for the challenge. Some tournaments last just 1 day, and some run for 2 days. Each day of a tournament gives you 6 hours of game time, about half an hour of real time. Keep an eye on the time because you've got to get back to the dock in time for the weigh-in. There's a 3-pound penalty if you're a few minutes late, and if you're 10 minutes late, you'll be disqualified. Between days in a 2-day tournament, you can visit the bait shop to restock and to fuel up your boat. Also in the shop, you'll find sunglasses. Polarized sunglasses make it easier to see underwater. Here's the difference they make. There are also some very expensive high-tech glasses in the shop. These give you even better visibility. Only largemouth bass and smallmouth bass over 14 inches long are counted in the bass tournaments. The limit is 5 bass. If you catch a nice bass after you've got 5 keepers, you'll automatically release the smallest bass of the 6, so keep fishing for bigger ones as long as time allows. As you earn more money, you can add to your equipment at the bait shop. When you buy a better boat, you'll get a trade-in for your old one. You can own as many rods and lures as you like. You can also purchase a fish locator. That can be very helpful as it will show you the depth of the water, the structure of the bottom, the locations of weeds, and even fish. When you own a fish locator, you can see it on the dashboard of your boat, or with an overlay on the screen. You can turn the fish locator overlay on and off in the options screen. You can also purchase an underwater camera if you want to see what's going on under your boat. When you buy a camera system, it unlocks several additional views while fishing, views that follow the lure.
Oh, I didn't know I could look under the water.
Sometimes it will be very easy to find fish, but other times it can be a real challenge. If you ever need help finding fish or deciding what lures and techniques to use to catch them, you can call me and I'll be your fishing guide. That's free in casual fishing trips, but there's a fee for calling me during a tournament. Click on Call Guide whenever you need some advice. Take some time to check out the options screen. You can adjust the graphics settings to make the game run smoothly on your computer, enable special features like the Vuzix VR920 virtual reality eyewear and the Sticks controller, and adjust the skill level. Setting the skill level to beginner makes the water a little clearer for spotting fish. It makes lures snag less easily, and it makes fish a little less picky, and it makes tournaments a little easier. If the fishing seems too easy for you, raise the level a notch. Well, that pretty much covers it. Fish your way up to the top level tournament, earn your ultimate collection of tackle and equipment, or just go have some fun with the fish. Good luck!
Alright then. I guess that tells me everything that I need to do. Page up, page down, and then I guess I can hold right shift and up and down instead of pressing up and plus and minus. It's not that bad. So, like they said, I could go visit the bait shop, and I did notice that the inventory changes all the time. Because I had came to try to buy some lures that I had seen, and they weren't there when I wanted them. Let's go to boats for sale. So there's a 20 bass boat after trading 500 off. Wow, that's no, I don't got. There's no way I can get that money. If this boat is not available during demo, I already have the John boat though. John boat. Technically, I have it already. As I was using it, so I don't know. But then you can come over here and pick your string. Like I said, they limit me to large spinning rod 6 pounds, and I can't get anything above that. So I already have that. Then I've already bought the electronics. I have both the fish finder and the fish finger or whatever. And go to lures, and like the guy said, the lures changed. So earlier there was a lot more of these worms. Those are Texas rigged worms. These are what we used to call rooster tails, buzz baits, spinning baits, little bitty spinner baits or some shit. Um, Tube baits, bucktail jigs. I don't like them. Man, there's some big old minnow baits right there. Oh my god. I've been looking for these, but I'm looking for a certain color and they haven't showed up yet. I think that's bass or some shit. Or that shad. Give me a shad jig. They have some big lures too. I'm guessing the game's trying to promote some very big fish. I also like to get these chartreuse in blue. They're always good. Crawfish colored ones, a little bit red. You know, I have $1,000, so there's no use in not buying any. Is that a mouse? Where'd this stop a frog? Ooh, that's the first time I've seen that. I'll buy a couple of these. It's a weedless spoon. Buy a couple of those. Look at how big these swim baits are. Oh my god. Of course, buy a couple red minnow style jerk baits. Let's see. What are these? Radron crankbaits. Oh, that's cool. Sunfish. I always gotta get some kind of vibrant color. Let's see. Running shad. I don't need these big ones. My rod won't be able to handle them. Let's see. Some more crankbaits. Nice. Ooh, look at the size of these tiny ones. I'll buy some tiny ones for the heck of it. These are way too big. 5 inches? That's bigger than some of the fish I've caught. Look at the size of this popper. Damn. Uh, yeah, so I'm here to buy poppers. I don't see my green and blue ones, so I'm just gonna go with green and black, like a frog. Probably buy some. some of those wobble baits. Give me some crawfish colored ones. Okay. They got a lot of plastics right now. Oh, excuse me. They usually have what the heck? That's a tiny, tiny little spoon. They usually have more selections. I'm gonna get a couple of these bucktails. The red ones are nice. Um, Colorado spinner base, sure. These are willow tail, whatever, willow leaf. Um, I don't know. I got money. I only got what 3 hours, 4 hours left. Ooh, inline spinners. Okay, these black ones will work. Okay, I think I'm gonna get me some buzz baits. Get these small ones. I wish there was a way to get multiples. I don't know if there is. I haven't figured it out. I mean, like I'm clicking them one at a time. That's what I'm saying. I wish there was a way to buy a lot of them at once. I don't know how to using these two baits. They're probably for crappie, and I don't feel like fishing for crappie because I only have a certain amount of time to do what I can do to show off this video. I don't know, jerk baits. Like, look at the size of those things. So I already have sunglasses, but I'm gonna get these Snoober Techs. Check equipment. Right. So electronics, I already have them. Lures 102, I have them Snoober Tech. Boom. And then if you go to, you know what? I'm gonna see purchase new. Oops. Okay, so I went to purchase full version and something bad happened, so I'm not gonna do it. So if I go to a new fishing trip, it just starts me off of where it left me. There's all these badass ponds. I wish I could fish here, to be honest. Oh, I didn't know Canyon West I could fish there. Okay, I thought I was stuck at Eagle or whatever. Okay. So yeah, Eagle Lake and Canyon whatever are both unlocked for um, the demo version. Alright, I'm gonna kick this clock back all the way to 7. Partly cloudy. I don't want any wind. And I got changing weather on. Okay, we're gonna use the John boat simply because it has a trolling motor and the V boat didn't. See, I didn't know that. Use arrow keys to drive. Stop with the S key. So first thing I'm gonna do is consult the guide. We're gonna go for largemouth bass. There's
Let's
rainbow
look at the
trout
conditions we're
apparently,
dealing
so
with.
that's cool.
It looks like the water temperature is in the lower 60s.
Oh, that's big
That's
bass
pretty
right
good
there.
for largemouth bass. There's no wind to speak of at the moment. As you know, this is super clear water. The fishing should be decent. Largemouth are done spawning. Look for them around points. I recommend fishing near stumps. As a starting point, I'd say target water around 15 feet deep. It wouldn't hurt to tie on a medium-sized purple plastic worm. Dark colors will probably get the most hits. I hope you've got something like that. If not, it's up to you to decide which of your lures is most similar. Go with a medium speed retrieve. For that kind of fishing, you can't beat a light spinning rod and 6-pound test. I think you're ready to go catch some fish.
This mini map, I don't know why it just doesn't work, to be honest. I have no idea what's going on there. So I'm also interested in rainbow trout.
The first thing we need to do is evaluate the conditions.
Oh, okay, so this area is
At the
nice.
moment, the water temperature is in the lower 60s. That temperature is around the peak feeding point for rainbow trout. Rainbow trout can be very active at the moment. There's no wind to speak of at the moment. It's important to consider that this is super clear water. The fishing should be decent. Rainbow trout are done spawning, so considering how the fish react to these conditions, we can identify some good places to fish. The best areas should be, I recommend fishing near large rocks.
I
Depth
see
is
a bass
important,
right
so
there.
stick to water around 15 feet deep. It's really important that you pick the right lures today. Select a medium-sized, naturally colored grub. If you don't have anything like that, just figure out what you've got that would let you make a similar presentation. Jig it vertically, right under the boat. Fish it as slowly as you can. A good choice would be an ultralight spinning rod, spooled with around 4-pound test. If you want some other options for where to fish or what to use, you can always call me again.
Alright, so I'm going to use this little bitty lure right there. And it's going to be red. Alright, so my target is going to be this way. Because I think there's a break over there. And now that I switched glasses, like everything is super clear. What was it? Hold shift and press up or down. And okay, so even if I hold shift, my trolling motor is going to be moving. So then page up, page down for speed. I don't see any fish. For a second there, I thought one of the NPCs was about to wreck me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, NPC? You want the fishing trip to end, bro? I know I saw a whole school of fish sitting over here. Next thing I'm gonna have to get in my boat. Move around some. Okay, I see a big ass bass over there. Damn. Okay. I see a big ass bass over here. He's still way off to the side. Oh, there's another one right there. Not interested? Oh, that one's interested. Right next to the boat. So with the trolling motor, you can fish and troll, which I haven't seen done in, like, I don't remember last time I seen you being able to troll and fish. I don't even think Fishing Planet lets you do that. But I haven't played Fishing Planet in forever, so I know they added boats and stuff. I don't know how I don't know how boats act, but from what I would expect from people from Fishing Planet to do, it would be just like you move your boat someplace, and then you park it, and then you just fish. Because I really doubt that they would make it super elaborate. If you haven't played Fishing Planet, you'll know one of my biggest gripes is the way they handle catching fish. Oh my god. I'm out of red lures. Man, BS. Alright, it's fine. Should have bought more red lures. So, like I was saying, oh, I forget that I had to let go of the damn button. I got spoiled. Like, I'm used to. I gotta learn how to fight these boys without fucking my shit up. Okay, if he starts going up, let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh, let it go, let it go. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get you. I didn't learn. I don't watch the tutorial. I figured out what to do. Bam! Got you, bud. 13 inches. I get him out my well. And he's not worth any money. Anyways, I'm used to being able to hold the damn mouse button down while I'm catching stuff because the drag will automatically kick in. But in here, I guess they want you to not hold the damn button down like I just did. I was able to get them. There's some nice sized bass on this damn rock. Got them. Alright, reel it in, reel it in. Hold my rod tip up. Fight the bass. Tip up. Oh, gotta be careful not to crank too much. Paying attention to that drag. Got another one. 13 inches. Get in my belly. $300. Alright. Nice. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what? What is that? I just used the mouse. I used, okay, what? What the heck's going on? I used the mouse wheel, and apparently he just lets go of the string. Got another one. Chartreuse and red, baby. That's all you need. Blue for deep water, but I don't have the size. I don't have a rod for that. Okay, I'm not finding my freaking trouts though. So I'm gonna come over here. Hopefully the trouts are this way. Slow it down, slow it down. If I see some rainbow trouts, I'll know I'll just change my lures and whatnot. What I like about this game is that I can mess with the lure in such a crazy way that it feels almost natural to like right there, like I jigged it so it's not reeling in, right? So it kind of behaves um, like a real lure. So, I mean, it says the rainbow trouts are to my left. not seeing anything. Let's come over here to this deeper water. I'm not picking anything up on my scanner. Might have to get out of here. Oh, found the school of something or other. Let's change lures real quick. Let's see what I got over here. Deep diving, mouse. Ooh, that'll work. Let's go. Oh yeah, okay. I'm at a school, big school. Oh, this thing is heavy. Found the school of fish. Bunch of bass though. Okay, so if you just do the mouse wheel, you can drop your line straight into the water. Um, I mean, they said just fish it vertically, but I haven't seen a single trout. So, like, I'm gonna try to catch a trout, and then I'm gonna end the video. Cause rather, it's just a demo, so there's really not much. Um, there's really not much to see. Whereas I would be able to get in the tournaments, I'd be able to show off lures, etc. I'm gonna, like, I don't know if I'll buy it, because it looks pretty simple, whereas all the other games are... Wait a minute, what is this? Big old pool of fish. Okay, hold them up. Alright, let's try it right here. I've definitely found some trout. Okay, I have a little trouty over here interested. Come and bite it, boy. Come and bite it, boy. Come and bite it, boy. I guess I need like live bait for this to be much more efficient, but there he is. Come and get it, boy. You know you want this silver thing. You want this jig? God damn it. I don't think anybody wants that. I'm gonna have to change lures. Change lures quick while I have the pool. Have the school of fish right below me. Let's see. Can I try shad maybe? I think that's too big. You can see the tail on this lure wiggling like it would normally, like if it was a real lure, because that's how the paddle tails are. X got him. All right, so Shad's definitely killing it for Rainbow Trout. I'm gonna go ahead and end it because it is what it is. You know, there's nothing beyond what we have here. They have inter tournament, forfeit tournament. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be anything more. I don't know if this is online. I just know it's called VR fishing, I believe. Let me see if there's a way I can have my desktop recorded while I have this thing going, because I don't know if I have that setting set so that I can show off. Uh, let's see. Okay. Okay, I think I have it turned on. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Um, but yeah, I think it's just basically just called VR fishing, to be honest. I don't think there's anything else beyond that. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys try to look for it. I don't know what else it would be called. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Pishtag VR Sport Fishing Demo.